But whatever it takes to let these go and to try to get better tomorrow, that's what really matters, not the mistakes you make. And the same applies to your partner or your spouse. Don't get all upset because they're not doing it quite the way you want it done, or vice versa. And then, of course, the last one is the one you're all here for, I hope, as well, and that is to learn more about ADHD. But in learning, you realize that the public doesn't understand this disorder the way we do, that they are ignorant of this disorder and its causes. So you better get good at forgiving other people who glare at you in Walmart because your child is a handful, who stare at you in the Outback restaurant, who look at you as if this is your fault. My sister-in-law has an ADHD son. This is my nephew, Dan. One time she was in Target, and an older woman came over to her and said, "Why don't you control your child? You know, this is all your fault. If young parents like you would just take this bull by the horns and discipline these kids more, we wouldn't be having these troubles." And she followed my sister-in-law out to the car. At the car, stood there yelling at her while she locked her door, and she was in tears over this. Now, that's an extreme example, but don't tell me this can't happen. Most of you have had these looks thrown at you about your child, and sometimes it goes up a notch. So you better get a thick skin about the public that doesn't understand this disorder. Now, there's a cognitive therapy technique that you can use. While you're looking at these people, you can be saying in your mind, "What's it to you, pork face?" But I don't want you to say it out loud, right? This is just cognitive therapy. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. If you had one of these kids, walk a mile in my shoes. But just shut up, drive on, get on with your life. But you better get good at forgiving the public their misunderstanding, because boy, do they misunderstand this disorder. I'll hang around for a few questions, but I hope you enjoyed the 30 things families need to understand about ADHD. Thank you.